Long, long ago, in a land that is now known as the Philippines, the people looked up every night in wonder and awe and amazement at the seven, yes, seven moons that lit up the sky. They were so bright and so glorious that the night sky was almost as light as the sky was during the day. And why were there seven moons? Well, some people say there were seven moons, one for each day of the week. Others say that the seven moons mark the different seasons of growing, the planting, the growing, the harvesting. But whatever the reason, there were seven moons, and the people enjoyed looking at them night after night. However, deep, deep in the ocean, there was another creature that looked up at those seven moons. This creature was known as Bakunawa, and he did not look up at the moons in awe and wonder and amazement. He looked up at the moons in hunger. The Bakunawa was an enormous serpent, a dragon, and he was always hungry. And so one night he finally decided to act. As the people watched in horror, the Bakunawa, that horrible dragon, leapt from the depths of the sea into the night sky, and jaws agape devoured one of the moons. It was gone, and then it plunged back into the ocean. Well, the people were dismayed, of course, but there were still 6 moons. But when another night came and the Bakunawa once again leapt into the sky and devoured another moon, the people began to worry. And then it happened again and again, and finally there was only 1 moon left, and the people were truly alarmed. For if the Bakunawa would eat that moon, well, the land would be plunged into total darkness every night. Now, for his part, the Bakunawa was pleased. The moons were delicious, but more than that, every time he devoured one of the moons, he felt gathering strength. He felt more powerful. And so he intended to devour each and every moon. But the people, in their panic, they got together and they decided on a plan. How could they dissuade the Bakunawa from devouring their moon, their last moon? So that night, when the sun set and the moon, the last moon, the 7th moon, began to rise, the people did not take refuge inside their homes, but they streamed out carrying sticks and gongs and horns and drums and anything that would make a noise. And they began to bang their sticks together and to pound on the drums and to ring the bells and to strike the gongs. And they began to shout and sing, hoping that they would frighten and discourage the Bakunawa. And although it was tiring, the people kept this up for hour after hour after hour until finally that moon set and the sun rose. Then they went back to their homes and they collapsed in exhaustion. But in their dreams, they dreamed of the Bakunawa. And when they woke, they hoped that somehow they had frightened the Bakunawa enough that it would not reemerge and eat their last moon. When the sun began to set that day and the moon rose, the people were so happy. They had achieved their goal. By working together, they had saved that 7th moon. And it is said that the people in that land still keep a watch on the moon, the 1 moon. They do not want to lose it. They fear any sign that the Bakunawa, with its great hunger and its gaping, powerful jaws, might return and devour that last moon. And so from time to time, when the moon disappears in something that we usually call an eclipse, People once again stream out of their homes, and they begin to strike sticks together and to pound on drums and beat gongs, ring bells, shout and sing until the moon reappears. And they celebrate, thinking that once again they had saved their moon from the dragon.